very
and sinners.
interesting.
So why would we want to go into a bar and maybe share his love and his word?
Be real people to other people. Show
Paul
them that
said-
Christians are real.
Paul said,
Not
be
up here.
everything to every man. Now, if you go in that bar and drink a little bit, and you, I
I don't drink.
whoa! I want to tell you that
Did I say I drink?
so let me do
I don't
Saying
that.
if you overdo it.
Then
I'll go into a bar and I'll have a Pepsi and I'll sing karaoke.
That's what I do.
That's what I do. That's fine.
That's what I
Sometimes
do.
I have
And I've been
water.
condemned for that many times because I do that.
A lot of pop.
Well, the people who condemned you are guilty.
Yeah. You know what you have to do?
If you're not supposed to go in that bar, God won't let you go in there.
Brush your
Right.
shoulders off and keep on.
You'll
That's
fall,
what I do.
break
I
your
just
leg
go
or
drink
something.
I like to go to
soda,
one
sing
bar
karaoke.
and I'll sing Coward the County.
Now, I won't say that I go into any particular local bar too often, not so much lately because we've been busy and broke.
Yeah.
But at one point, I would walk into Mike's Roadhouse
Yeah.
and they would start a pot of coffee for me.
Yeah.
He knows that my rule was I'd come in, I'd drink 3 beers and 2 pots of coffee.
Basically.
There's nothing wrong with having a drink.
Silver Dover said it.
It's when you get like I just was a minute ago. And yes, I had a lot of practice. That's why I can do that so well. Because I reconstructed that from all the stories people told me about the nights that I don't remember.
But I want you also to understand, if you feel uncomfortable going into that bar,
Don't go in.
Right.
don't.
If you feel uncomfortable, that's God saying don't go in that one.
Because you cannot handle whatever's in there.
And whatever's going to come at you.
Right.
Like Halloween night was a good example.
Okay, for me, Catholics always told me it was wrong to go into any bars and you being a Catholic.
Oh, I love that one. That's my favorite story of all time.
Catholic
That's what
church.
they told me,
And
and
you know
I,
how many times I've heard that one? Let's see, the one night that the priest and I had spent the entire night finishing about 5 bottles of Jack Daniels in the sanctuary. He must have told me that story about 5 times. I have been to some of the best, well, in the old days, the best parties
Yeah.
of my life. Gotten drunker than I've ever gotten. Had more fun with women than I've ever had. At parties thrown by Catholic priests.
but they told me it was wrong.
The Bible does not say it's wrong to drink. The Bible does not say it's wrong to go into a bar.
Well, there's Baptists and
But see, I
Oh, yeah,
Pentecostals.
okay.
the
God
same
told me
way.
when I was going to Catholic churches. It said if you go to a bar, you're being a sinner. I said if I go to the bar and don't drink but pop and sing karaoke, what is the problem? He said you're still being a sinner.
Where else can you go?
And what would have been your right answer to that?
And
Well, Father, isn't it true according to God's word that when I get out of bed, I've sinned? Ask a priest that sometimes. See what he tells you. Just no more than that. Hey, Father, is it true that the minute I get out of bed that I've sinned? And don't say another word.
He wouldn't answer me on that.
They won't, because they don't know the answer.
They couldn't answer me on that. I asked him and he just walked away.
Hey, wait a minute, I ran out of sermon notes. That's not a good thing.
I got a question for you. Okay, now, this minister, or this, I guess he was Catholic or whatever, why does, okay, people think that you can drink in heaven, like all the wine and all that. Is there really wine up in heaven?
I'll tell you when I get there.
How do you know if you haven't ever been there?
Because I've always,
The only way to find that out is to die.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
one
not
knows
quite ready
that,
to find
honey.
out.
okay, neither am I, but
But your question, I think, is if there's wine in heaven, then it's okay to drink. Who went to the first wedding ever performed and made wine out
Jesus.
of water?
Jesus.
Jesus.
Okay.
Is it okay to drink?
Then it's okay to drink wine.
What
You
is
have to
beer?
get drunk.
The
It's
scriptures
beer without
say
grapes.
drunkenness
Beer is wine without
sin.
grapes.
That's all it is.
Did not say that
As
drinking.
long as you don't get drunk.
That,
Excess of anything.
Excess of anything's a sin.
You get drunk, it's a sin.
oh,
You eat too much.
You eat too much, it's a sin. You
okay.
get too Christian,
It's a
it's
sin.
a sin.
Believe me, I've seen a lot of people like that too.
How do you
Me
get
too.
too much of a Christian that
Okay,
you
we
get
got
it?
pick on this time.
You're in
just got
trouble
me
now,
dumbed
Jerry.
down.
Better
You
explain yourself.
to me, young man.
All right.
Give him an
How
example,
do you
Jerry.
get too Christian?
You can't go to that bar.
We're all listening.
Right there's one, Jerry.
Uh-oh.
Carol's gonna get it now.
I'm a Christian, and I want you to listen to me, and you have no choice but to listen to me, because I'm right, and you're a sinner, and you're wrong,
And so are you.
and you should give your heart
I
to
know
God
I'm a
right
sinner.
now.
I'm a sinner.
How can you get too Christian?
That's too far.
That's a sin.
That's called being.
Now that was a little,
Forcing someone
that
to
was
be
a little
Christian.
exaggerated, but
But
think
there are
about it. How
people
many
that are
times
also
have you
like
been
that.
approached by people from
They
one
cannot
church?
talk about
Oh,
Jehovah's Witnesses.
Is it
Life.
forcing to be
You know, I love my neighbor, but he's like that.
Because we don't do
Every
that.
word that comes out of his mouth,
Patrick's done that.
it's,
I tell you that.
you know, about
I had one guy,
God wants us to
Pentecostal.
be real.
I had a Pentecostal try that actual thing with me. Grabbed my arm and I said, no. I said, do you like your fingers? He said, yeah. I said, good. You cut them off of me or I'm going to cut them off. He said, you wouldn't do that. Try me. Whoa. You're a sinner. I said, yeah, but I'm good at it. No, that's anything we do in excess, anything we overdo. Now let me tell you the one
Too much
sentence.
coffee.
Let me tell you the one sentence. Well, two sentences now. Thank you. That is committed the most. Everybody, what do you think that would be?
Gossip.
Nope.
What sin is committed the most?
Cooking.
Cooking?
Cooking.
Huh?
What? About that?
Wait a minute, explain that one.
Yeah, say that
Explain that one.
Us being big and heavy, overeating.
No.
No?
No.
I'm not sure where he's going at this either.
I was just trying to
How
get
many
at him.
people, how many women? Mostly women. Some men are guilty of it. How many women, when they cook, cook enough, and probably only one person in here is going to understand this statement. Cook enough to feed a login.
Oh.
In other words, there are 3 of you in the family. You cook enough every meal for 50 people.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
Excess. That's wasting God's
okay.
manna. That's wasting what God gave you. That's actually one of the biggest sins that's committed. Coffee is the second.
And then,
Did you know that there's more of this consumed than alcohol in this country?
Oh yeah, by far.
Yes.
And it's a drug.
This
Caffeine
is a
is
drug.
a drug.
I can't live without my coffee.
Neither
You
can
might
I.
could, but you might not be able to.
I can't go without having a cup of coffee in the morning to wake up.
I gotta have my coffee every morning.
Caffeine is one of the worst drugs. And I don't care what scientists say. Caffeine is the worst drug than nicotine.
Yeah.
How many people here in here quit smoking?
Quit? I have
I have,
How many of those
I
people
quit once or twice.
were you a coffee drinker?
I was at the same time.
When you quit smoking, did you give up coffee?
No.
I rest my case. Now,
I did.
have we learned what it means to be a Christian?
Yes.
Have we learned what you have to have in your heart to answer that question?
You gotta have God in your heart.
Are you a Christian? Have you learned enough to say yes and mean it?
Yes.